Years ago, the old adage was, you used to wrestle for a hot dog. When I think of hot dogs and wrestlers, I think of strong Kobayashi out of Japan. When he was in the AWA, his handler was the Big K, Stan Kowalski, I think. He was there in Japan a lot, and he spoke Japanese, and strong Kobayashi did not speak any English. He understood it, but did not speak it, or so he claimed. I remember one incident where he loved hot dogs. And they arrived, we got into the dressing rooms, I was getting all the stuff ready to sell, and he was talking to the Big K, and he wanted 2 hot dogs, everything on it. So the Big K went out and got him for him. Then, must have been 20 minutes later, I see another jobber going into the dressing room with 2 hot dogs. About 45 minutes later, I had to go in to get something, and he was there, and he pointed to me and pointed to the pictures and hand up with 2. So I went and got 2 hot dogs with everything on it, and I came back. He paid me very handsomely. For a young kid, that was great. Probably inside of an hour and a half or so, there was a Big K going back to the dressing room with 2 hot dogs. Now that's 8 big hot dogs with everything on it. And if you saw strong Kobayashi, he was, about, almost 6'10" or something, 300 pounds of solid muscle. So it was humorous to see that he survived on hot dogs.
Very humorous. The whole call was very humorous. I loved your take on it, Wrestling Grandpa. I also love how comfortable you have now become, Wrestling Grandpa. Just calling Killer Kowalski the Big K, like we all know that's his nickname, and referring to some guy as some jobber. You do know you were the 15-year-old kid that was selling pictures for the wrestlers. But I love the confidence to just call them a jobber and just refer to old Big K, my buddy Big K. It's so funny. And what's also funny is Strong Kobayashi, who is correctly named for a man who loves hot dogs. I had titled this Kobayashi Loves Hot Dogs. And when I was about to play it, I was like, well, of course, he's the hot dog eating champion. And then when I listened to it, it's like, oh no, that's the wrestler. But maybe all Kobayashis love hot dogs. You know what? Who couldn't love a hot dog? Especially a Hebrew National ballpark dog. I'm sure at the show that wasn't a Hebrew National, but I like to think that it was. And I love the visual of a big, giant Japanese man eating as many hot dogs as he wants. Not as he can, as he wants. Because it's his time to shine. He's the wrestler. He's the grown-up. His mom isn't there. And if he wants to eat 8 to 10 hot dogs, he can eat 8 to 10 hot dogs. Who's going to tell him no? The Big K? I doubt it. Hey, thanks for watching. That call was part of a whole podcast called Wrestling Anonymous. Listen to the whole thing weekly. Wherever you listen to your podcast, go subscribe. And while you're at it, subscribe right here on YouTube to Colt Cabana's channel. Thank you.